Two moons over Dubai that sparked apocalyptic predictions solved. If you want to support the show in a different way, you can go to marfooglenews.com/VPN. This is what people saw, and no joke, if you don't know about this story, it is pretty crazy. So, in fact, it would be... Let me play a chunk of Jacob Israel. Have you guys ever seen Jacob Israel, by the way? I know that a lot of you are my hardcore people, but again, if you guys have not seen Jacob Israel, he is an amazing guy. He is the same person on and off camera. Make sure to check him out when you get a chance. Did a great video regarding this.
Hello, my friends. Jacob Israel is here once again, and from the virtual set of space. Oh, I figured it out. I got back. I'm very excited to be here because now I'll be able to, send you a couple of new shows. A couple of more shows here and there, especially dealing with all the weirdness that's going on in space. But not just in space, like everywhere today. There's sightings everywhere, right? Everybody's talking about Planet X, Nibiru, lots of crazy asteroids, things coming close, everybody's doom and gloom, but I'm like, hey, this is the best. About like 3 in the morning, I wake up, I'm just tired, and I see this post on Twitter. And somebody's like, what's this over Dubai?
You see? It's like, and there are two.
Looks like 2 planets over Dubai. Now, do I think they're planets? I don't know.
All right, now, after Jacob did this video, and Jacob, again, covers all sorts of really cool stuff, make sure to go check him out right now. If you haven't love mobbed him, Jacob Israel is probably one of the best family mans, just in general, one of the most honest, lovely person you've ever met. He truly cares about people. He is, again, some people, I do actually reach out to people other than, YouTube. He is just like that. He reaches out. He makes sure you're okay. He does well wishes to my family. He always cares. He cares about my daughters. He cares about us. So I really care about him, and I hope you guys return the favor. But this moon scenario here that he was doing, very crazy stuff, because after he made this video, and by the way, the rest of his video talks about UFOs and all of this is coming out right now. All of this weird stuff is being disclosed, and why? Why right now? Well, I'll tell you, I think that something is going to be a little switcheroony. Something's coming, and they're going to tell us it's this, and then it's going to be that. So again, check out Jacob Israel if you can. He's a really, really, really great guy. But on top of that, there's an explanation for this. So apparently they said it was a stunt, right? But this is really freaky to me. And I got chills when I first saw it because I didn't know about this yet. Because all of these people have been sending in videos to our unidentified shows. As far as you can actually send videos to marfooglenews.com/playmyvideo. And a bunch of people have been sending in these videos and things where there's objects out there. And it makes me wonder, is there really objects that are, people are seeing? Not just like little stars or even UFOs that are stars or that. We're talking about shadows of big things, or like the moon video that person sent in with the cigar-shaped thing clearly by the moon. Some of the videos are really good, and it's like, of course it could be CGI. It could be something else. This one had multiple camera angles, and everybody from this freeway here, whatever, everybody saw it. apparently people pulled over to do it. So like this disrupted stuff. This isn't something you would really see here. They say that it was all a stunt, and how they did it was with a projector. Now, if you know anything about Bluebeam, which again, somebody can put that project in the chat there, then you would probably know why people would be concerned about projecting any kind of large image that convinces a large amount of people of something happening. Now, those 2 moons are supposedly the satellites of Mars that they will experience because the UAE is going to be at Mars soon. So they did this as a stunt. Now, let me read and explain. It says, 2 moons over Dubai that sparked apocalyptic predictions solved as a UAE Mars probe stunt. Now, this is what people were seeing, and it was huge. So again, there was pictures, and you'll kind of understand what we mean by this. It says it also seemed too high to be a projection, but the technology was significantly advanced and better photos arrived. It says the 2 moons were hoisted up by 200-meter cranes, so 300 feet in the air, and projected on a 40-meter screen using a new technology that has never been seen before in the UAE. It says, in the dead of night, when most viral clips were filmed, the cranes were virtually invisible, leading to the confusion. It says, alert massive moons or planetoid-like objects filmed in the Dubai sky from many angles, locations. 2 objects may be the planet or Nib system. It says some claim UFOs, some claim holograms. It says one thing is for sure, the objects did appear in the night sky. So at first, people were saying it was a hoax, saying this is CGI, this is a carefully planned joke, because there were so many videos of it and so many different people saw it. But then what happened is they said that this is what happened, and they showed the real pictures. So only Dubai would, if this is really what happened. Again, by the way, if something was, here's a question for you. Now, we have the official story. They hoisted up this screen, and this is what it looks like, right? They have a kind of a see-through screen. I don't know what technology they're actually using, or if these things are projecting sideways, if this is 8D or 7D or whatever they call it technology. But it does look real from just, looking at it. Of course, we can't see the pixels because it's far away, right? But either way, if this did happen, and this is just my question to you, if we really did see something like this and there was, just so many people that saw it that they couldn't deny that it actually happened, what do you think they would do? Do you think that they would actually, do you think they don't have millions or even billions of dollars to cover up something if they declared that, like, hey, people can't know about this yet? Or if this was the largest asteroid that we're about to see or something, right? Do you think that they would be capable of covering up something like that? And how would they do it? They would say, oh, well, this was actually a projection. Now, it looks like this was just genuinely a prank with this new projection. What's even more worrying is if they can do this, and I don't know how they didn't see those towers, by the way. That's something that can kind of confuse. And they had red lights on them for planes. Nobody saw that? It's kind of odd to me. Either way, even if it's projector, that means, think about a false alien. Get what I'm going here? Say 10,000 people are at a football game, and then all of a sudden a spacecraft comes in and lands or projects a message and says, we're coming to get you. And then the whole world unites under this, they know that something's coming. Oumuamua was our scout. Freaky stuff. And I'm telling you, this is really, really weird stuff to me. The thing is people aren't going to think it's a big deal. But later on, if they use this technology for something else, that's where it gets really nuts. Bones, hey, thank you for the super sticker. Nice flying Superman there. I appreciate that. You guys see what I mean? It really is truly something that I think is... I think this is like nuts. This is insane.
The part that gets me, Adam, that you talked about earlier, you can't see the screen, right? We don't know what technology is being used for the screen, but something is being used for the projection. And I can only imagine that that screen is so translucent. I am sure there's probably other technologies they're working on where they can make that screen not be a physical thing between two cranes and it's just something in the sky, right? And that's like the next step to get to what you just described, where you could project a 3D image or have a 3D image come in into the sky and it look real as if it was really there, right? And be in full motion and moving.
I still don't see the actual screen in the daytime shot. They show this daytime shot of these large cranes. Maybe they painted them black. I don't know. I still don't understand. I understand that it was cell phone videos, right? But there were people that genuinely believed this and said that they didn't see any of that. Maybe it was the distance that they saw it from.
Well, and if they're seeing it from light and it's dark, then they're not going to see the contrast of those cranes. Whereas if you're up by the crane, like that picture earlier, you're in the darkness of the crane, so you'll be able to see it, right?
Yeah, no, very good point. And the other thing is that kind of backs up that this is what they say it is that people have looked at it, and it is the two supposed moon type things off of Mars. So what's even crazier is they've talked about in the future doing these things where they actually have these, so like Project Bluebeam, where they could project things in the sky. They could do announcements. Imagine this, and this is like out of a sci-fi film. Imagine where you have the president or something like that doing an announcement, and it's the entire sky, and it's a planetary address. This sounds like fiction. But this is being talked about. And professors say it's not only possible, but it will happen in the future. Maybe it's not an address like that, but it will be something. If there was any kind of planetary alert or a message they want to get to the whole planet, they could do it with satellites and they could do it with Project Bluebeam. Is that not nuts? Think about that. A planetary address. It actually blows my mind. Like we are going to see the craziest stuff in the next 20 years if we make it. Everything's going to change. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. And it's scary. Think about what bad people could do with this. Think about if they didn't have the right intentions for this. Think about the PROPA. You know what I'm saying. Ganda. Think about that. Make sure to check out EMP Shield. If you don't know about this company or you're new, you should be looking at this. Again, our grid is so freaking vulnerable that they have signed executive orders. Now they have several laws trying to be passed as well to make sure that this goes through, or so many orders. The current president just undid some. So make sure you go look at this. EMP Shield can protect against all three phases of an EMP, E1, E2, and E3. What it does is it grounds the signal before it can fry your device. Now, device, again, they actually make several different things for your car. That is the most popular one because you can wire it in yourself. It takes 5 minutes. Again, it actually grounds it out to your frame. That one, if you're stuck somewhere and an EMP or coronal mass ejection happens, you can actually get home. Again, they make one for a generator, a ham radio even. They make one for your home. That is also one of the most popular. It's 100% American made and it's veteran owned. And they're contracted with DHS, DOT, and now officially a part of the DEMSO team helping protect the Texas grid. Again, we have a contest. We've begged them every single time that they do anything. Say, please do another contest because not everybody can afford them. So we've tried to do, I think we're on our like 5th or 6th contest where the winners can actually pick what device they need. So again, there's multiple ways to enter. One of them is going over to Andrew's new channel. You'll see that when you go over to marfooglenews.com/contest. You can actually put in a super amount of entries every single day. Make sure to go over and do that. I guarantee you this isn't a giant thing. This is only between Andrew's channel and ours. So there's really not that many people entering. That's again, go over there and check it out.
Nah. Feed the haters to the alligators. Your way or the highway, see you later. B.O.D. is the homie and Mr. Vader. If it wasn't for you, I would never made it. Whole city's covered by the cremated. Now they listen to what we were saying. Doesn't matter if I manufacture or created. But now